Well, welcome. This is for real. This is our first hybrid event. So obviously we've got people in person and we've got a feed of people virtually attending this event. So welcome all to AILA's first hybrid Earth Summit 2022. My name is Todd Terrazas and I'm the executive director of the AILA community. I founded this actually 6 years ago. It was, from humble beginnings. We were just a meetup group convening about chatbots, talking about how chatbots are going to change the world. And then over time, we decided to turn that little casual meetup group into a nonprofit and really focus on more than just chatbots, but how AI in general can actually be used for social good. And so we hit the ground running with an immediate events angle to really be conveners here in Los Angeles and really show the world about what innovations can really come out of Los Angeles that can not only impact Angelinos, but also be able to impact the world. And so we've been hosting these events, from AI and different topics for, again, the last 6 years. But this Earth Summit is very special. We started in 2019 with X Prize, where we had 10 breakout sessions. And we were bringing in anyone that really wanted to show up to really participate in blue sky thinking about how to solve different challenges in sustainability and climate change. From that day, it was a full day, 10 breakout sessions, everything from micromobility, clean oceans, clean oceans, clean air, and a number of other different topics that we talked about that day. Biodiversity, which then led into a networking and then panel discussion. We thought, we were really onto something big because right after that we did a hackathon with Techstars, and we're, 3 days of, people developing teams, working on different projects, and we really, again, thought we were onto something really big. Then, of course, 2020 hit, right? We were going to do another big event with LA County, and of course, we couldn't change from an in-person event to a virtual event in time, and so we canceled 2020. We came back in 2021 with 3 days worth of virtual content that was pretty amazing. We were able to tap into people that we normally wouldn't be able to have speak here because of, they're in Europe or they're somewhere else around the world. And then we came back this year stronger than ever. We're a hybrid event, but we're not just here to have thought leaders talking about their great work, but we also did some stuff this year. So 5 weeks ago, we worked with LA County and we started our first Open Innovation Challenge. This challenge helped really address a large problem that California is facing, and really the world's facing, around having invasive beetles, invasive pests, destroy our tree lines. So these little pests, right, they kill our trees over time, which then provides, basically kills the trees, provides, fuel for wildfires. It's a really big problem that we have here. So LA County has this as a high priority of how can we develop a predictive model to be able to basically detect where there are sick trees within our tree canopy. And so we had about 10 teams competing with machine learning engineers, geospatial scientists, designers. It was a very multidisciplinary approach to really see how they could leverage publicly accessed satellite data in order to detect sick trees within our tree canopy. And it was pretty remarkable. Like, the types of people that we had actually show up to this event came from all walks of life that were super interested at the cross-section of geospatial sciences and machine learning and design. And so with that, we knew that we really built something that was meaningful and something that people really wanted to engage in. Now, we've seen that most of these people that when they were undergrad or graduate students, school, right, comes first. And so a lot of those 10 teams, I know, have been still working on these projects. I think we have 3 teams that will be competing tonight at 5 o'clock in our demo day. And so hopefully you guys can all stick around until 5 p.m. We'll have them present. And then the first place winner will be winning $10,000, and the runner-ups will be $2,500, along with some other amazing perks from our sponsors. But really, today is all about thought leadership, really coming together as an organization, as a community, to really focus on the biggest challenges that we face today around climate change. And so I'm really, really honored to have you all here today. Again, we're about to get into a video where we're going to have a total of 5 speakers giving quick open remarks about our Earth Summit and about our Open Innovation Challenge. And so without further ado, Carlos, may you please roll the video.
Good afternoon. My name is Loretta Whitesides, and my whole life I've been passionate about the human exploration of outer space. I'm also passionately committed to mental health and well-being. And I'm sure many of you are passionate about technology and machine learning and problem solving and engineering, things like that. But if I'm honest, the most important challenge facing humanity today is climate change. As our economic, weather, and ecological systems continue to degrade, all of our other challenges are going to start to pale in comparison. The most urgent cause can and must be taking care of our home planet. From my perspective, this is an extraordinary spaceship. It recycles all of our air and water, provides us food and energy, and has the most incredible view out the front windshield. I'm grateful all of you today for being here at this summit. We need your help. We need your unique skills to bring a different thinking to the problem than the thinking that created it. We need you to step up to be crew of Spaceship Earth. On behalf of the nearly 8 billion passengers, I thank you for your service. Good luck and Godspeed.
Juan Lavista, and I'm the Vice President and Chief Scientist for AI for Good at Microsoft. I want to welcome you all to the AI for Earth Summit 2022. I want to congratulate AILA for their efforts to catalyze innovation through education, conversation, and collaboration. Our Microsoft efforts in AI for Good, AI for Earth, humanitarian action, sustainability, and health are very much aligned to AILA efforts. We only have one planet. There are problems in the world where AI is not only a solution, but it's the only solution we have at the scale that is needed for many important problems we have. This event has a great agenda. I look forward for learning more on how technology can continue helping the world. In our smartphones today, we have more processing power than the one that was needed to put a man on the moon. We have a lot of problems that can and should be solved with data. We no longer have excuses. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Gero. I'm the Chief Sustainability Officer for LA County, and it's my pleasure to welcome you and to say in particular thank you to Artificial Intelligence Los Angeles Open Innovation Studio Challenge to work on issues of great importance, which is our tree canopy. As you know, trees provide a multitude of benefits. They help filter air pollution, they capture stormwater, and importantly, in the time of climate change, provide needed cooling and shading for our communities. And you know, climate change, of course, will be impacting our communities of color disproportionately. So it's critical that we do work to ensure that there's equitable access to trees and the benefits that they provide. And that's why the work that you're doing here today is so critical. So with that, I again thank you very much and really appreciate all that you're doing in the challenge. Thank you. Good luck to you all.
Hello, I'm Hilda Solis, Los Angeles Supervisor representing the 1st District. And I want to thank Todd, Terrazas, and AILA for inviting me here today to celebrate the Earth Summit and the teams competing in the Open Innovation Challenge to understand where invasive pests are in our tree lines in Los Angeles County. It gives me great joy to see our workforce coming together to support the county's priority of tree canopy protection and enhancement. Tree canopies are of great importance to our county. Dense tree canopy can improve a community's respiratory health by capturing air pollution. As a form of green infrastructure, they reduce the urban heat island effect and can provide a habitat for local wildlife while providing cooling refuge for residents using sidewalks and/or public transportation. Today, greenery in the county is generally not well connected, and in some areas like East Los Angeles in my district, it is quite sparse. I'd like to point out that on average, Latino people make up 48% of the county's population, but in communities with high vulnerability to extreme heat, Latinos make up 67% of the population. The lack of tree canopy in these areas inhibit the ability of these neighborhoods to mitigate extreme heat. There's also no doubt that through your research and work that you've learned that trees in the county have been facing unprecedented threats over recent years from an array of sources, many of them driven or exacerbated by climate change. In addition to the historic drought we are in, as well as rising temperatures and catastrophic wildfires that have impacted tree canopy in the county over the last decade, the county has seen the rise and proliferation of new invasive pests, such as the shot-hole borer. Roughly 38% of all urban trees in the Southern California region are vulnerable to infection by these beetles alone, according to a 2017 U.S. Forest Service study. There is significant risk all across the county, with areas of great concern such as the Santa Monica Mountains and Whittier Narrows in my district. The County Board of Supervisors has recognized and acknowledged the threat of these invasive pests to our society, and I was proud to co-author a motion with Supervisor Kuehl to implement an early detection rapid response plan to invasive pests, which this challenge is a big part of. To address the threats we face from invasive pests, we must be proactive, coordinated, and efficient to monitor, detect, and respond to invasive tree infestations to contain their spread and save trees. I'd like to thank each and every team competing in this challenge. We must act today to make our natural, built, and social environments resilient in the face of these threats. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ellie County Supervisor Sheila Kuehl, and I'm really happy to be here today because, well, I love trees. My guess is that if you're here today, you love trees too. Unfortunately, LA County is also home to some very destructive insects, the invasive shot-hole borer and the golden spotted oak borer. And I guess they also love trees, but it's a really destructive kind of love. Those tree borers cuddle up with our trees, infect, and then kill them. So, as you know, we're losing thousands of trees this way. So I'm really grateful for Artificial Intelligence Los Angeles and all of the Open Innovation Challenge project teams here today who are trying to help the county develop a predictive model so that we can more easily locate these lethal pests, because as you imagine, going tree to tree looking for bugs takes a long time and a lot of people. So I thank you not only for your creative thinking to help save our trees, but for your commitment to using your expertise to preserve the health and biodiversity of our beautiful planet. Wishing you a very happy Earth Day 2022.